Hello guys, welcome back to CS with Ayush, and in today's video we are going to see how you can integrate the Firestore database with your Flutter app. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, go to the Firebase console and create a new account. Once you're done creating a new account, you will head on to a page like this which will show all your projects. Now tap on add project. Give a demo, give some name to it, tap on continue, disable the Google Analytics, create a project, wait for it while it creates the project. Once the project is created, tap on continue, and now you will be taken to the dashboard of that particular project. Now since we are building for the Android app, we will tap on this Android icon and we'll set up our project. First of all, you need to add the Android package name. The Android package name can be found in your app level build Gradle folder. I'm not showing it because it is unique and needs to be protected. I'll give a nickname to this like demo123, and we don't need the SHA key for this particular tutorial, so I'll just skip it. Now, after adding the package name and the app name, you can now download the Google Services.json file. Once you are done downloading the Google Services.json file, you need to paste it in a particular folder, and that folder is your app level folder. So I already have the Google Services file here, so I won't add it again. As you can see, it is in my Android app directory. So you have to just drag it or copy paste it here. Now I tap on next. Now we have to add these following lines of code in our Android Studio project. So first of all, we have to go into the project level build.gradle, that is the Android level build.gradle, which is this one, and I'll have to add this line of code, class path Google Services 4.3.0. I'll copy it and I'll just paste it here. I already have it. Now in the next part, we have to go into the app level build.gradle, and I'll just quickly go to the app level build.gradle, and here you can see that I have to add this particular line of code, apply plugin Google Services. So I already have applied this and I already have added this line. Next up, I have to add this dependency. So I'll quickly go down and I'll add this dependency here. So I already have this dependency, the platform com.google Firebase one. So you have to add this, and you basically have to just copy paste it. Once you are done copy pasting everything, tap on next, and then you can continue to the console. If you have successfully done these 4 steps, then your app has been configured and has been added to the Firestore. Now in step 2, we will go on to this Firestore database tab. I'll tap on it and it will ask me to create a new Firestore database. So I'll just create a new Firestore database like this. Now I'll start in the production mode. I'll tap on next. I'll tap on enable, and it will create a new database for me. Once you are done creating the database, you go on to this rules tab and you make some changes so that you can edit your database. So you won't be able to edit your data currently, but if you just remove this if false statement and this colon and you just tap on publish, you will be successfully able to make changes into your database. Now what we'll do is we'll go into our Flutter project and start writing code for doing the basic CRUD operations on our database. First of all, in your app level build.gradle, change the minimum SDK version to 21. It will be set to 16 by default, but you have to set it to 21 so that you can use the packages that we are going to export now. Next up, in your pubspec.yaml file, add these 2 dependencies, Cloud Firestore and Firebase Core. We will use this in our project. Tap on pubget and wait for it to get added into your project. Once the pubget is finished, let's move on to main.dart to write our main logic. In the main.dart, first of all, import the 2 packages that we just added into the pubspec file. So import the 2 packages, and in the main function, add these 2 lines of code. We just flutter binding.initialized and we wait for the Firebase app to get initialized. So in order to use the Firestore database, first of all, we need to create a reference of the collection reference class. We do that by adding this line of code. So users is basically a reference that will give us access to all the functions and methods of the Firebase Firestore class. So first of all, let's see how we can add data to the Firestore database. And let me create an add user function. So this is my add user function. What it does is basically it executes a promise which adds a user in my database. So basically users is my this reference, and I access a document or I create a document called as user1 and I set it. That means I add a new data where the full name of an employee, there is the company name of an employee, and there is the age of this employee. When it is successfully executed, I will print user added, and if there is any error, I will print the error basically. So this is my add user function. Now with that function, we have successfully added a new user or a new data into our Firestore database. Now let's see how we can read that data in our Flutter app. So for that, we will use the future builder, and this is our code. This is how our code will look like. So basically, our future builder returns a query snapshot. A query snapshot is basically a list of the documents that exist in a collection. So users.get is another an inbuilt function provided by the Firestore Firebase class that we initialized, and it will give us a query snapshot. So, and all our data will go into this snapshot, right? And if the snapshot has error, we will print that something went wrong. If the snapshot has our data and if it is not empty, we will create a list view where our data is basically the document, the whole document, and the item count is basically the number of documents we have. As you can see, docs.length, and currently what I'm displaying is I'm currently displaying the ID of a particular document on the screen. So we will see that when we test the app, and I'm displaying it on a list style. And if my connection state is done, and if I don't have any data, or basically if my internet is low, I will show a text which shows loading. So this is how you read data. The important steps were to build a future builder, and to depend on a future, the future is users.get. This will basically give us the list of all documents that is present in our users collection class. All right, great. Now that we are done adding a user or adding data and retrieving data from the database, we move to our third operation, that is updating the database. And that is very easy, just like adding the data. I'll create a function called as update user, and I'll just use this code here. So this update user function basically is exactly the same as add user function. There is just one change. Instead of this set here, I'm using an update here, and that's it. So basically what it does is it goes to the document named as user1, and it updates the data that is present in it. And if it is updated successfully, I will print user updated, or else I'll throw an error. Now moving on to our last operation, that is the delete operation. And with this operation, we will successfully complete our CRUD. So delete operation is once again very simple to execute. I'll just show the code. So this is my delete user code. What I'm doing is I'm just going to the document that I want to delete, that is user1, and I am calling the delete function. The delete is an inbuilt function, once again provided by the Firestore Firebase. And with this, we complete our CRUD, all four operations. Now that we have completed our operations, we need something to trigger these operations. So for that, we will create three buttons. One will be for creating a data, one will be for updating the data, and one will be for deleting the data. So let's just see the code for that. So just below the future builder, I'll create my three buttons, and I'll just give a size box so that there is a distance between the data which I have retrieved and these three buttons. And you can see the text as create, update, and delete. And on the on press of create, I am calling the function of add user, and on update, I am calling the function of update user, and on delete, I am calling the function delete user. Now that we are done by coding the logic of our app, let's test our app on the emulator. My app has started successfully, and currently you can see no data in the list view because we don't have any user added, and you can see the three buttons. So I'll just do a split screen so that we can see the data getting added in real time, right? So I'll just do this here, I'll open this here, and I'll open the emulator. So let me just tap on the create button to create a new user. I've tapped on create, and let's see if a user is getting created or not. Well, nothing has happened yet, so let me just refresh to see if the user is created or not. And you can see there is a collection called users, and a new document called user1 has been created, whose age is 30, company name is ABCD, and the username is John Doe. Just how we needed in our add function, right? You can see here John Doe ABCD 30. Now I'll tap on the update function to see if a user is getting updated or not. And you can see it has updated in real time. The John Doe has changed to John Delta. Great. Now let's see if it can get deleted successfully or not. I tap on delete and you can see it has deleted in real time. Now I tap on create once again and you can see the new user has been created. We are not seeing any data on our screen right now because we are not updating our screen whenever we call any of these three functions. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just hot restart my app so that you get to see a user one printed here. So it will just re-render my app and the future builder will run once again. It will get the data from the Firestore database and you can see the document ID has been printed. Great. Well, we can do this without restarting the app if I would have just set state in any of the three functions in add, update or delete. So whenever I tap that button, a set state gets triggered and the whole screen gets built again. That is not the good way to do it. We use stream builders for that, but that is not our concern right now. So basically you have seen how to create, read, update and delete data from the Firestore database. So with this we conclude our tutorial on how to integrate the Firestore database with your Flutter app. I hope it was a helpful tutorial and you learned something new and you successfully integrated the Firestore database. If you learned something new from this video, then please share it among your friends and also like this video. Meet you in the next video with some more amazing tutorials on Flutter. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.